Welcome to the Northumberland County Farmers Market Podcast. I'm Rebecca, also known as the Naughty Jam Lady. Welcome. This is a serious podcast for only people who are fabulous about localness, if you will. I know that's a very crazy way of saying that, but, you know, some weeks are harder than others. Guys, I picked such a dud on the weekend, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, a word from our sponsor. Thank you, 1852 Fiber Mill, for sponsoring today's episode. I really appreciate it. Created from a dream in fashion school, Cindy was into the fusion of how to make fashion and farming come together. They offer processing of raw fleece from small to huge-sized Canadian farms. From picking to roving or batting and felting, they offer a wide selection of wool products in store. They also blend different fleeces like Angora, llama, and alpaca to your liking. I've seen some really fab neon-esque colors that Cindy has done, and she dyes those by hand too. They look very, very cool. The reason why I went to Cindy, I needed help with something because I bought this lion in Florida when I was 12. So it's like 29 years old. Sookie, honey, look at me. We're doing the podcast. Could you sit down, please? Sit down, please, honey. It's my co-host. Are you okay now? Okay. So this is my lion, Moofy, that I purchased in Florida when I was 12 years old. And he was looking really thin. He got a hole in him and the stuffing started coming out and he just looked really squashed. So I went to Cindy and I said, Cindy, I need help here. I need some stuffing for my boy. $30. This is only this is like, she gave me like twice this amount, by the way. It was like $30. I didn't want to buy the stuff at Walmart because it's like plastic. And I didn't like that. Whereas this is real wool. And it's so much fun to pull apart. Hold on, it's not ripping at all right now because I have one hand. Look at that. So he had a hole in him. So I just went like this and I like stuffed it in him quite vigorously. So he really felt it in all the nooks and crannies. And I got to say, he's really nice and hard now for an old dude. I mean, look at that tush, okay? He now looks like a 70-year-old man who decided that it was time for like Botox and a butt lift. But the turkey hair transplant was just a step too far, if you will. So he's keeping it short. He's keeping it close for his autumn years, if you will. Anyway, my son loved playing with it. Moofy looks spectacular. He's nice and hard. And very cuddleable, if you will. So you can find them on Instagram at 1852 Fiber Mill, or, of course, the Codrington Farmers Market on Sundays from 10 until 1 at 2992 County Road 30 in Codrington. I just love how hard he is now. He's like so full. Even his face, he looks like his face is even fuller. That's the Botox injections, you know? Keeping him firm into his old age. Anyway, guys, I chose such a dud on the weekend. I can't even. Now, all right. The last time I went to this location, I did very well. However, it was a trunk sale. I should have realized it was literally a garage sale. So, of course, a real vendor isn't going to do very well. But you know what? I got to take one for the team so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. People were there looking for bargains. They weren't looking for me. I'm a treat. You know I'm a treat. They weren't looking for me. They were looking for what can I get for like a couple of bucks. So I was like, I did so bad to the point where afterwards I literally like packed up as fast as possible and I drove to the LCBO looking for like gluten-free beer because I was just like, this was tragic. But then I got to stop. I stopped at the Port Hope Farmers Market to see my buddy Rachel from Stonehouse Candle Co. And because I hadn't been there before. And it's really cute. They got a great sandwich guy, like a hot sandwich guy. He's got a grill set up and everything. There was honey. There were farmers with vegetables. There were jewelry, of course, wood things. They've got a really good selection of things at that market. I think it was a little quiet, but I think that's because it's hidden behind town hall. So I think it's like kind of off the beaten path, if you will, so people don't know to look for it. But I mean, it's kind of like a secret market. I kind of like that. It's like the black market, but not. It's like the secret market. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I think you should check it out. It's on Saturdays behind Town Hall from 8 until 1. And like they had a good selection of stuff there. Anyway, I needed Sunday to basically balance my weekend since Saturday was such a bust. But of course, it was going to rain the whole day. But I was like, no, I could feel it in my soul. I'm like, just go. Just go. Yes, it's going to rain, but like maybe we can make it better. And so I knew because it was going to rain, I was going to wear my rain boots, which I had just worn while mowing the lawn. And if you've done this before, you know the lawn dyes your boots green. It's not the best. And I didn't want them to look like that. They're Hello Kitty boots. I wanted them to look cute. So what I did was I grabbed a magic eraser. I know they're not great for the environment, and I do apologize, but like my boots are pink. I don't want them green. Anyway, I got the magic eraser out. I gave them a good scrub. Worked like a charm. So like, no, I'm not going to use the magic eraser all the time. And also, I'm not going to wear those boots when I mow the lawn next time. But, you know, I made a mistake. I had to rectify it. And sometimes things happen. So anyway, I thought I would just share my little trick that it worked pretty good, was the magic eraser on your rubber boots. So anyways, slapped on my boots and I donned my best 50s housewife shirt dress as described by my friend Laura, who actually just popped by. And I went to the Codrington Farmers Market and it was a pretty good day. I was right beside Cindy, hilariously, like it wasn't planned at all. 1852 fiber mill, pardon me. And I put up my sides so that the rain didn't ruin my labels this time. And we had a ball. I was making all kinds of like inmate jokes to Cindy through the wall. I was like, when do you think we're going to get out of here? Are we on our best behavior? And she was like, okay, whatever, Beck. So that was fun. I met a really interesting woman too on Sunday at the Codrington Farmers Market. She really loved gardening. I'm sad we were so excited about talking to each other about gardening that I didn't even ask what her name was. Rookie mistake. But she said she was planting blue corn so that when you pop it, the outside of course is white, but the inside is blue. And I was like, oh, that's such an like I've never heard of that before. But I do know that even Burnham's, at Coburg on Saturdays, they were selling red and yellow corn as well. So I bet that pops like that too. Anyway, she was telling me all about how she was planting her garden and what she was putting in. And she had the most fantastic tip. I don't know if this works. I haven't tried it, but I'll pass it along just in case you're late in planting your garden. I just planted my garden like a week ago because I knew the rain was coming. So I'm like, well, if I plant it before the rain, then I don't have to water it. The sky will water it. Her tip was, if you're going to grow beans, like bush beans or pole beans or whatever, you dig the trench where you're going to put the seeds, and then you pour boiling hot water in it, and then you lay the seeds inside and cover them up. And apparently the warm water helps them germinate faster. I know. Where was she the day before when I was planting my garden? I mean, I was like, oh, maybe if I boil the kettle, but I'm like, no, don't boil the kettle and then run down there and pour it over top of the mounds, because then they might get too hot, like, and maybe it won't work. It doesn't matter. But I thought I would pass it along. It sounded like a really interesting trick. And the two of us stood there talking in the rain under my little tent. I don't know, 15 minutes? Like there was a bit of a lull. It wasn't like we were stopping traffic or anything. But I mean, we were talking about our gardens the way I used to talk about Renos on HGTV. The two of us were so excited by the end of it. And yet I didn't even ask what her name was. Nope. Too excited. Didn't even come up. I told her about a basil plant that I've been growing for 4 years in my house. And it looks like a Tim Burton plant. It's like, and then at the very end, it's like, a little bit of basil. Also, everyone was very happy to see that Lisa was back of Giraldi's. She was back at the market on Sunday, and I was cleared of all suspicion from her missing the previous market. And you'll have to watch the last episode to know why. And even Emmy of the coffee truck came over to say that she was glad that Lisa was safe and sound. And I said, Emmy, I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, I could read between the lines. And I said, you're in the, no, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Emmy. Like, Lisa's spa was pretty great. But she's fine. Like, nothing happened to her. Anyway, honorable special thanks, by the way, goes to Chelsea of the Big Dipper Garden at Codrington for the chamomile and yarrow bouquet. It smells fantastic. It still smells amazing. And it's not like your traditional bouquet of flowers, you know. Normally like, oh, roses are so beautiful. This is literally a tea bouquet. And I feel like it should be more of a thing. I feel like more people should have tea flowers as bouquets because it adds a little something something. It smells divine. I could dry it and use it for tea afterward. Like it's multifunctional. It's not just grow some beautiful flowers and then ditch them out back like I do and hope that they will go and be one with the earth again. This way I can drink it. So, it sounds very carnivorous, even though it's plant. This way I can drink the plants. So thank you very much, Chelsea. I really appreciate it. I think it's absolutely beautiful, smells divine, and I think it's just what 2026 needs is tea bouquets. And if someone doesn't actually corner the market with those, they should, because what a great idea. I'm full of great ideas. I just don't have enough time to do them all. And if you couldn't make it to the great Canadian Cheese Festival in Peterborough last weekend, you can still get the special bonbon boxes at Centre and Main Chocolate Co. I'm admittedly not a big cheese fan. I know, that's probably one of the most shocking things I'll ever say to you, is that I'm not really big into cheese, but I love chocolate. So, I mean, if I'm going to combine the chocolate with cheese, that's totally fine. But also, like, I'm okay with just buying a box of chocolates and eating them on their own. And they're so beautiful. Like, Angela's an artist. It's no wonder that she wins awards and stuff. Those chocolates, they're delicious and beautiful. Not unlike myself. So yes, please. Anyway, I stopped by the Port Hope Farmers Market. Like I said, you should definitely take a look at it if you can. But again, if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, just stop by the NoCoFM podcast on Instagram. It's NoCoFM_podcast. Every time I see something coming up, I just go click, add to story, click, add to story, click, add to story. Because I want to give people like a wide variety of things that they can do. So I believe there's a special solstice market happening in Colborne this weekend. You have the usual suspects, the Peterborough Farmers Market, Hastings Farmers Market, Port Hope, Coburg. I'm forgetting one. I know I'm forgetting one. You know who you are. I apologize. But I'm also starting to go through that time of life where I walk into the kitchen and I go, why did I walk in here? And then I'll leave and I'll go, oh, right. And I'll walk back in and I'll go, no, seriously, why did I walk in here? It happens a bit these days, okay? Also, I thought I should point out, you should check out West Bend for Shrek the Musical Times and tickets right now. Becky from the Chanticleer and Fox helped a lot with the design of that show, and I've seen the pictures online, and she did a spectacular job. It looks really good, and I wish I could go. I want to take my little bum to go and see it, but I think he might still be a little too little to go see something like that. Also, me and my naughty jams are going to be at the Coburg Farmers Market on Saturday. It sounds like I don't have any teeth in my mouth. From 8 until 1. And I'm going to have pina colada and mojito jams. I mean, it's pretty much summertime now, right? So I don't really make pina colada that often because every time I make this jam, it literally attacks me. Last year, it landed on my face and it burnt a line. I looked like Scarface a little bit, but like Scarface's adorable little Canadian cousin who looks totally harmless. And it's burnt my hands and my arms. It's a jumper, okay? Of all the jams I make, it's probably the jumpiest. So I don't make it that often, but it's beautiful. It's basically pineapple, coconut, and Malibu rum. Which, I mean, like, come on. How could you not love that? And mojito, it tastes like a traditional mojito with mint and lime and white rum as well. So it's going to be a bit of a rummy weekend. I always joke that I love rum, but it turns me into a bit of a pirate. That's factual. I don't stop drinking it though. I still drink it. I enjoy it because every now and then you should be a pirate. Don't be too concerned about being the best version of yourself all the time because it's usually the funny bits that make you much more interesting. So anyway, that's what's going on with the jam list this weekend. Thank you for joining me again today. And thank you again to 1852 Fiber Mill for sponsoring today. Cindy used to model and has very cool colored wool. Definitely check her out, okay? She's a lot of fun. She's a good chat. She's at 15192 County Road 21 in Brighton. Or, easier than that, writing down all those numbers because, they have long addresses over there. Just go to the Codrington Farmers Market on Sunday. Check her out. Check out her wools. Give them a little squish, squish. But not too squish, squish. Just a little gentle pet and a look. They're fabulous. They're even watching her videos on Instagram. Her tag, by the way, again, is at 1852 Fiber Mill. If you watch the video, she shows the wool getting the dye on them and spinning. It's very hypnotizing. But it's not just hypnotizing. It's also kind of like meditative. So if you haven't seen it before, I really suggest you check it out. It's wool spooling, I believe is what it's called. This is why I wanted to talk to Cindy. I don't know a lot about this, but it's fascinating. I told her she should maybe try to get her sheep involved in some hugging as like hugging therapy. You know how like you have therapy dogs and stuff? You could just go to her farm and hug her sheep. It would be very gentle on your soul. But again, I got all these business ideas, guys. I'll just keep telling you about them and you just take them and run with them all you want to, okay? Thank you again to 1852 Fiber Mill. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for joining me today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with only the most fabulous people in your circle. Because, that's who we are and what we do. And if I don't see you this weekend, I guess I'll see you again next Friday. I'm Rebecca. Oh, have a great weekend.